Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the All Speeches broadcast. It's been a while. I've had a hiatus, if you like. That sounds painful, but it's a posh word for I couldn't be bothered to do any. I have got more fun things to read out from the information that people send me to write their best man speeches. And I've also got a little bit of a fun thing at the end of the speech. That's a teaser to keep you watching right through to the end. If it's going to be 5 or 6 minutes, I'm not sure. But there you go. You can stick around if you like. People may notice I'm wearing navy blue again. That's because I only do navy blue, and I also look like shit because that's because I've given up drinking and I now look worse than when I was enjoying a drink at the weekend. I now look like a vagrant. So I could well go back to drinking in the very near future. Not that I have a problem with it. I mean, I just drink very enthusiastically. Okay, right, on to the things that people send me and that I find reasonably funny throughout my working life. And it's all to do with the answers that I get from the questionnaires that I send out to write the best man speeches. And I get a lot of the same things all through the time, like drunken stories, but it's very often just the pithy one-liners that people give me that say the most about their friend, or indeed say how much they don't know about their friend. This guy says about the time they first met. I do not recall the first day that I met Alan. He couldn't have been that memorable. In what ways has he helped you out? This is always my favourite one. He's never helped me out. It is always me helping Alan, not the other way round. Enjoy the wedding day. I'm sure they did. When it comes to this best man, he's got lots of stories about his friend. Not any that I can probably share with a mixed audience, but the one that really did tickle my fancy was there's a night in London, used to be a night in London called School Dinners, where people girls wear suggestive underwear, stockings and suspenders and that kind of thing. And this guy's greatest triumph was putting £5 into a lady's tights at school dinners and taking out 20. That is a good evening's work, but because you normally lose money, actually making money a night out, that's brilliant. This guy talking about his friend that he's going to be writing that I'm going to be writing the best man speech for. Any anecdotes? And you're thinking there'll be a few drinking stories, a few things that you could spin some fun out of. The only thing you can say about his friend is he constantly does annoying jokes, like when he's making the lunch and holding a lettuce, he says, "Let us have lunch." They don't need me. The guy's a born comedian. But the best one about his answer that he gave was, "Tell me about his dating days." And then he's written, "Seemed to always date nutters, to be fair. Full stop. His wife isn't much different." Enjoy. Now, I write best man speeches, groom speeches, and fathers of the bride speeches. And fathers of the bride, I normally don't get much funny stuff out of, because it's a very emotional, heartfelt speech. It tends to be a very emotional set of answers. But this guy's brilliant. What do you remember about the day she was born? And this is absolutely priceless. "I prepared a slip-on sack with cut-out leg holes for my wife to travel to the hospital in." My dad would be like this. "We had a brand new car and I didn't want the upholstery to be ruined if the waters broke. It was made from a council full body length dustbin liner." Full body length? Who makes a full body length? Only the mafia would need a full body length dustbin liner. She had trouble outside getting the second leg in, but she managed. "All I remember is driving like a maniac around corners, and all I could hear was her shuffling from side to side, rustling in the plastic bin liner." That is a wonderful, wonderful memory of when they welcomed their daughter into the world a few hours later. That's brilliant. And very practical outlook on life. You need that for being a dad. This guy says his friend was very clumsy. In what ways has he helped you out in the past? Very loyal. He would drop anything. In brackets, normally drops everything anyway, which is a lovely observation. And this is really interesting. It's interesting for me. Maybe it might be interesting for you. But accidentally, every now and again, people send me speeches that other companies have written for them, which is always an interesting experience, an eye-opener, and reinforces my belief and will to single-handedly changed the world of best man speeches. Anyway, this guy is a picture. He's put a picture on there. The guy's got his head in his hands, probably because he's written this. He's read the first draft of this speech, and not because of what his mate's has just said in the wedding. But this was sent to me a long, long time ago, so I feel I can share this with you. If anyone wants a really, really bad example of a best man speech, just drop me a line, and I will send this to you for free. You can copy it. It's absolutely mind-boggling, but just simple things. You may find this funny. If you find this funny, that's great. I don't. I mean, you're paying for this service. Wasn't the service just perfect today? What an incredible venue, and the church music was really moving too. Christina told me afterwards it was the biggest organ she's seen in quite some time. Really? You're paying for that? Okay, and then it just goes on and on. There's pages of it. Now, a good best man speech should be about 1,300 words. This is about 3,000 words, about half an hour of your life you will never ever get back. And the worst thing is somebody paid for it. I got to the end, and even at the end, they've got the number one thing: never do on a best man speech. Never read out false telegrams that include the ping pong strip club in Bangkok. It's just really, really unfunny. Luckily, he's got it included. And then it got me thinking, do you know what? I love trying to be funny. I love trying to be funny in these videos. It doesn't always necessarily work. Maybe it's never worked. I like trying to be funny for best man speeches that I write and all kinds of speeches that I write. I love humour. I take it really seriously. And I thought, well, I should put that to the test. I should try and become a stand-up comedian. So this year, in 2017, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to enter So You Think You're Funny with a load of people half my age who are probably super talented and super funny, and I'm going to see if I've got what it takes to make people laugh out loud in public. After all, it's what I do for a living. I should stand by it. So there you are. There's a throwdown to all my contemporaries out there who are running speech writing services. Come and join me on So You Think You're Funny and see if you can make people laugh out loud. I'll see you there, and I'll keep you posted. Check out my Facebook and Twitter for all the updates on that. And until then, I'll see you next time.